Assalamu alaikum, hello everyone. My name is Mohammad Haris Amin and I'm official representative at Enthusiast Places. Today's video is going to be on Australia, and in this video we are going to discuss the rising cases of Omicron variant in Australia and how it's going to impact Australia, especially the international borders. So we are going to discuss that in detail in this particular video. So kindly do watch the full video, and for all those people who haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe the channel so that you can get the latest information on daily and regular basis. Now, the heading of this particular article is that Australia is still open to students despite first Omicron death recorded. First death in Australia unfortunately have been recorded regarding Omicron variant. Australian international borders will remain open with no new restrictions despite the country recording its first Omicron death and a rapid rise in the COVID-19 cases. Authorities refrained from imposing new restrictions, stating that hospitalization rates remain low. The only logic not to close the international borders all over the world is that the hospitalization rate is quite low. That is why Australia is also following that path, and they are not shutting down the international borders, which is a good news, especially for international students. Omicron, which health experts say appear more contagious but less virulent than previous strains, began to spread just as Australian international borders reopen after shutting since last March. Its case numbers, however, have shot to the highest of the pandemic. Omicron variant cases in Australia are the highest since the pandemic. Pandemic, as you all know, started in March 2020, and Australia has taken the policy of shutting down the international borders, closing its borders, even their domestic borders, just to decrease or to contain the virus or to contain the COVID-19 cases. But Omicron variant cases have been the highest till March 2020 in Australia. It is a bit more contagious, you can say. It can spread easily, but it's not that much dangerous, and that is what other reports are also, medical experts are also saying. It's not that much dangerous as compared to the previous strains, which was the COVID-19, then Delta variant came in. It's not that much dangerous as compared to the other strains. And the Premier of Queensland have said, although we are seeing increased case numbers, we are not seeing the impact on our hospital system. Again, the point is the same. The impact on the hospital system is not that much. Therefore, that's what she has said. And Queensland has reported 784 new cases with 4 people in hospital, but still, as compared to to the previous strains and the previous condition, there are not that much cases in Australia or in the hospitals. So they are not shutting down their international borders. And around the country, the surge in infection are weighing on testing resources. Sydney testing clinic SIDPath had confirmed a day earlier that it wrongly told 400 COVID positive cases they were negative in the day before Christmas. So they were wrongly reported basically. And on Monday, it now realized it has sent result message to another 995 people. So these sort of things are also happening right now all over the world, and in Australia as well, that people are basically the health sector is making a bit mistakes there. They're getting a bit panic, and that's why they have sent the wrong result. But that's I guess a part of the job, and it happens when you have that much of pressure. Sometimes the mismanagement may appear, but overall the situation is quite controlled in Australia. Cases are rising, but they are not that much damaging as far as the death is concerned, or even hospitalization is concerned. So that is why they are focusing on that point only. And authorities have so far resisted closing Australian international borders in the face of surging case numbers, but have reinstated some in domestic restrictions. On Monday, New South Wales again made it compulsory to check into public venues with QR codes, while many states have brought back mandatory mask wearing in indoor public places. Right? So to conclude this video, basically the point is that international borders are not closed. They are not going to get closed, as people are worried, and they are, you can say, right in their thinking somehow, because that's basically the history of Australia, how they behave towards a pandemic. But these are basically the facts. 784 cases in Queensland. Overall cases are rising in Australia, and overall cases are rising in all over the globe. It's not only in Australia. No country is basically shutting down their borders, because Omicron variant again is not that much dangerous as compared to the previous strains. This is the only logic they are using not to shut down their international or domestic borders, and it's a quite valid one. Only 4 cases in hospitals in Australia. All over the world, there are not that much cases in the hospital right now. So, and people are not dying as well. Alhamdulillah, it's not that much dangerous. So it's quite logical that you don't shut down your international borders or your domestic borders, and the day-to-day life have to go on. And Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison has also said that we have to learn now to live with this virus. They came late to the party, but at least they have realized that they have to live with this particular virus now, and it's going to go on, God knows for how many time. But vaccine is there, people are getting vaccinated, people are getting booster shots as well. So inshallah, the situation will get controlled, and it's now the winter season, and we all know that COVID-19 winter season gets a bit surge. But inshallah, situation will get under control. People are not dying. Alhamdulillah, they are not getting into hospitals, thank God. So overall situation is quite controlled, so you don't have to worry. Australian international borders are open, people are going, students are going, Feb intake is going to be there, and then there is going to be July intake as well. So don't worry. The point is that don't worry, international borders are open, and inshallah they will remain open. There is no problem at all at this moment, right? So thank you very much for your time. I hope you have liked this video very much. Kindly do tell me in the comment section what are your views regarding this video, and if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section, right? So thank you again for your time. Take care. Allah Hafiz.